You know, Lidakor, I really don't know what to say after you talked me up that much. Anything I say is not going to live up to the hype, I feel.
Well, you just gotta give some closing thoughts to us. This was one of the first events that you have worked on as an organizer, and it's not a small task to put together a LAN. You gotta bring in the players, you gotta bring in the casters, do all the technical setup, and even with the spectacular talent, the production crew, and all the behind-the-scenes helpers we had, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of stress, so I'm sure you're relieved. How do you feel about this tournament in hindsight?
Honestly, it exceeded every expectation I can say I had. We had absolutely no issues. We had, which is always the thing I'm concerned about, is that something's going to break, a player's going to crash, a PC will just explode, something, we might lose power, anything like that. We
could still lose power.
Don't. Knock on wood, chat. We had absolutely no issues, and that just removed so much stress for me, because that was my big fear, was just something would go wrong. But meeting you, meeting Dabston, meeting Cow, and everybody, all of the staff and all of the players has been really, really nice. Finally getting to meet all these people who I've known for some of them 2 years or so, and getting to put a face to the name, getting to hang out with really nice people, going to dinner with them after the event, hanging out with them during the event, and talking about the games as they're happening has been, honestly, it's been an experience that I can't put into words.
It's been a spectacular event, and again, this would have been a challenging event to put together for anyone, but especially as someone who is still kind of getting into the things here as an organizer, it has been masterfully done, and it couldn't have happened without the behind-the-scenes staff, without local hosts. I'm sure you are very delighted with this whole setup we had with them.
Not that you heard this from me, and I'm going to share this with you, and we're going to ignore the rest of chat who's listening.
I'm sure no one else is watching.
Nobody has no idea. This is private conversation here.
Yep.
We have already talked to them about next year.
I was going to ask you that.
We have already talked to them.
I was going to ask you that. What's next for King of the Rockies?
King of the Rockies 2. King of the
yeah,
Rockies
that's cool.
2025. There will be, unless something drastic happens, I think we will have another event next year.
I'm really looking forward to it, because this has been spectacular. And we didn't even have everybody in here. Imagine if Magic comes in, if Blade comes in. You have some other NA talent that would definitely be wanting to be involved in this, especially Seek how cool of an experience this was for everybody in here.
Oh, yeah. There was definitely some unfortunate timing with when we set it up, because, it's end of August is also when the kids are going to school, stuff like that. You're maybe finishing up.
Oh, shoot. You're telling me that? I'm missing my classes.
Yep. But yeah, so there's a little bit of unfortunate timing where, not as many people could have made it as we would have wanted, but that is, it's our first event. This is proof of concept. We are going to learn from our mistakes. We are going to put on an event that is not as good. We are going to put on an event that is better. And that is my goal in everything I do, is to improve on what we do.
For King of the Rockies 2, are you planning on actually bringing us a rock as the trophy?
That was discussed, and I decided it was a little on the nose.
Maybe you could just bring a big chunk of gold. It's like a rock, but it's a gold medal. Imagine that. First place prize, just a chunk of gold. No, he's out. He's out.
No. I'm gonna call it there.
Yeah, I feel like we gotta wrap this before I start getting even crazier ideas. But again, any final words that you want to say to the stream?
Thank you. Just thank you to everyone who donated, everyone who watched, everyone who has shown any amount of support. Who has hyped this event up, talked about it, watched it, enjoyed it. This is a community event. We have been sponsored and funded entirely by the community. We do not have anybody putting money into this, no organization, no company. This is for the community and by the community, and I can only thank the community for the work that they've done in helping us put this on. And just thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me that this event was a success and that it was so well received by the community.
There is nothing that really needs to be added to that. Indeed. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for putting all the effort and work into this. We shall see you in King of the Rockies 2025. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. This was Lidakor, joined by Draxos, the whole casting crew, the player base, and the production. Thank you so much for joining King of the Rockies. Stay tuned. We'll be back with a future edition.